Today, we are playing a game called Spinny Dungeon. This is a roguelike deck builder with a twist of being in a slot machine. I obviously love my roguelike deck builders, and having it themed around a slot machine, alright, I'll give it a shot. So, how do we exactly play this game? Well, it's actually incredibly easy. All you need is your mouse's left click and a want to spin to win. We use the left click to press the little spin button, and a bunch of things start happening. What they all mean, we will get into very shortly. See, you are an adventurer in this slot machine. You've been sucked in as a trap, and you want to get out before the slot machine kills you. To do that, we have to keep spinning the wheel over and over and over again in order to not die and fight things that come onto the screen. We need to organize the slot machine and its odds in order to potentially make a build that can get us towards the end. And to do that, we are going to need to know a couple things. Firstly, on the left side of our screen is our stats. We have our health, we have our hunger, and we have mana. If we run out of health, we die and the game is over. If we run out of hunger, we start taking health damage and we die and the game is over. And when we get mana, we can use that to spend on spells that are on the right side of the screen, along with money at the bottom left-hand corner, and some numbers we'll talk about in a little bit as well. Now, starting off, we have basically nothing. If we go over to the little book icon here, we can see these are the items that are in our deck, or what will come up in the slot machine rotation. We have some daggers, a sword, some food, and a piece of money. It's fine, but it's not going to get us through the entire game. What we want is to add things to it, as a deck builder is. So we are going to open up the chest, and we are going to say, you know what, I'm going to grab this other dagger because it synergizes pretty well with the daggers I already have. I have 1 melee damage, it's a weapon, and it gets +1 for each adjacent dagger. So the more daggers I have in the slot machine, it will, get me more damage. Each turn is a spin. Each spin means you will lose some hunger, and you will be one step closer to getting to the boss or other things like the shop. That's what's at the bottom right-hand side of our screen. That's the amount of spins we are needing to take until we get to the boss or shop. So, with what we just got, we're going to spin again. Hunger goes down. We, of course, get more food, and we have a lovely little indication of how much food we got. We always lose 10, unless there are some other mitigating factors, but with the amount of stuff we had when we spun, we got 8 food, therefore our food only really went down by 2. Still not great, but we can manage that as we go. We also gained +1 mana and +1 coin, so yeah, depending on which direction we decide to go in, we are going to need to bump those numbers. Though we should probably bump the food situation first, because the stake that we have only has 3 more charges left. And once that's done, we are going to be out of a lot of food. So, let's open this chest. Alright, it doesn't have anything for food-wise, but I could get a pickaxe, and if it rolls and possibly hits next to the mineral I have, I could get a lot of money. And that would clear up the board a little bit too. See, in this game, all of the rolls that we have in our deck are displayed here. So we have a, 6x4 grid. And if we have, how much is that? 6x4, it's 6, 12, 18, 24. So essentially, if nothing else happens, we have 24 spots to have items and effects go off. However, as we move further and further into the game, that's not gonna happen. And I think it's the next turn, once we unlock this last chest, because this is the grace period before the game actually really kicks off. Alright, we're gonna grab that food there. Things are gonna start happening. So, let's see. Okay. We have our first monster now showing up. Obviously, if the monster gets from one side of the screen to the other, actually I think it's a couple spaces, it's the last 2 spaces on the left, it will start dealing damage to us. The blue number is the damage, and the red number is its health. Now, where this game becomes rather interesting, and it's deck building roguelike game of odds, as it is, think of it this way. If we had, we have our dagger and our 24 spots. The odds of that one dagger landing up into a specific place in that 24 spots is 1 in 24. However, we have 3 daggers, so that now goes up to 3 in 24, which is probably math something of 1 in... I don't want to do it right now because that's going to take a minute. But we need to have the odds in our favor for those weapons to hit next to monsters. See, this one... Okay, so this guy had 2 health. This did damage plus my bonus to our, passive buff, so I have +1 to melee. So this did 2 damage to it because it landed next to the Scolipedra. Cute thing. I actually think it's a really cool design. So now we have to keep spinning as it keeps moving over and hope that weapons land near it, if that makes any sense. All the while also balancing our food intake, which now is significantly diminished because the steak is gone, and then get some more money and mana because spells are actually really, really useful. It's a really good puzzle, and it actually has a lot of depth when it comes to its building of certain things. Alright, that's now dead, so with it we get a reward, and this is how we, of course, get ourselves more things as we continue the game. So we're gonna obviously pick another dagger, because we're seemingly going on a dagger run here. A new monster has showed up, however, I don't necessarily want to deal with that, so we're just gonna cast our charge 1, deal 5 damage, boom, immediately dead, although we do need to get more mana input. Oh, there we go, +1 spell, ooh, or +2 gold for wine. We already have a pickaxe, and I don't want to do multiple pickaxes. We could skip and gain more gold, but the shop is... You know what? No, we're going to get the spell book, and maybe we'll find a few scrolls around to hopefully add into this jumble. So yeah, we keep spinning. We keep hoping that certain things end up in certain places, and the odds ever-changing as we continue on. And I gotta say, I really like it. It's an extremely passive playing type of roguelite, but there's still a deck-building complexity that adds to its, replayability and survivability. Fuck it. I'm just gonna break that. Open a chest. I really, really like it. Ooh, extra food, or... Ooh, we only have 1 sword on the field. And and this getting adjacency bonuses... I mean, it would get us gold. You know what? We're going to grab a hammer. It'll get us gold, and at the worst, it'll get us a +1 on our sword, which already technically has a +4 because of our passive. So, we're good. Keep spinning. Now, I do realize we are not doing well on health. Oh, hammer just activated, so that's fine. Not health. We are not doing great on food. Our food is diminishing quite a bit, so the next time... There we go. The next time we get a reward... Ooh, we got 2 rewards. And we got a rarer chest, which means better items. We should probably consider food, but there's no food in here. We could do a blue mineral that gets us mana, and then if connected to the pick, could get us more mana because the gem then shows up, which is fine. +2 melee damage and +8 for each adjacent weapon. With a lot of daggers, I think I'm going to take the gloves, so that next to an enemy is going to do a ton of damage. I'm going to take the fish because, again, connecting synergies matter here. So the more I put into the deck, the more odds of them being next to each other. All in all, pretty decent stuff. Not too bad. Screw it, we're just going to kill it right now. Ooh, do I want to go with another sword or an arrow? Arrow range doesn't matter if it's next to you. It can just shoot you, but they're very weak unless you go a really good arrow build. I'm actually just going to skip. I'm not going to put something in my deck that I don't want. And we're really close to the shop. So we keep spinning. We got ourselves 8 damage on that chubby mushroom thing. It's a biggie. Yeah, it is a biggie. It also needs to swallow its food after it's chewed too many times. Oh, there we go. Bam, bam. Those gloves coming in clutch. Opening up. Ooh, okay. Ooh, this is tempting. Do I want more gloves? We are leaning a little bit too far away from food. Do we want a treasure map that's guaranteed an epic chest after 7 spins? Or do we want the food? I'm going to keep going with the food. Because the chances of us... I'm going to take the wine because I need the gold. The chances of us getting better food as we move along is good, but I'm very much risking it. I could have taken the fire gem because that can cook the meat I have, but then it would get rid of the stuff in the deck. This game has a really nice balance of, like, putting things in the deck, but also cleaning out the deck as it goes. I really like this game. Ooh, fish hook. Fish get all bonuses from all other fish, not just adjacent ones. That could save my life right there. Wooden planks, triples gold from tools. Spellbook has gold. No, I'm going to take the fish. And I could remove a symbol or restore some health, but we're okay. I'm going to keep whatever we have left. We're going to do a few more spins. We've got a skeleton there. Skeleton farmer. He's not going to run into much on the way of damage just yet. Keep stabbing. Ooh, that guy. Okay, you're an archer, so you are going to start attacking me even though you're not in the designated attack zone. I'm going to spend a little bit of mana there to weaken you. In the hopes that... Ow. In the hopes that we can eliminate you. Well, you're fucked. Before you get a few more damages off on me. We need the food. And you know what? I don't want to take the damage. Oh, we are really low on food. I needed to... Alright, take more food. Take an eggplant. There we go. We broke even on the food situation, so that's not bad. We've got a duo there that's going to cause us problems. However, we've built our deck in such a way that we've already got some decent damage going on. A little bit of stabbing, a little bit of stabbing. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna spend the mana to get rid of that, because I need more things in my deck. Dual String is not the worst. I do have quite a few weapons, so I'll take that. Alright, let's hope we can... Oh yeah, that's just fucked up everyone. Ooh, we got a prisoner! These are little assistants we can get. They cost some stuff, you know, every time they're rolled. However, I kind of want the assassin. Deals 10 melee damage. Each unique adjacent weapon doubles this damage. Technically, we don't have many uniques, but 20 damage for just a dagger next to this guy is still pretty good. So, oh wait, no, that's gonna up my food costs. Oh no, we're already just breaking even on all that. Oh, another fish though. That'll help. Once we get enough fish, I can start thinning out the mushrooms. Maybe even if we get ourselves... Ooh, what am I trying to think? Oh, a flame gem to cook up the steaks. That would add something, but also begin the takeaway process of balance. Ooh, very nice. The archer is there, so it will take damage. We have enough to spend on permanently upgrading our sword. And this counts for any sword on the map, not just the one. So you know what? We will do that. Oh, no, it is... Okay, my mistake. It was just the one sword. Open the chest, grab ourselves a raw meat. Open the chest, grab ourselves a fish. Alright, the next fire gem I get... Ow! The next fire gem I get, I'm definitely going to take. Lovely. Ooh, we got a really good chest. We got a pistol. I got a gun. Melee 0 doubles the damage dealt by all daggers. I think that doesn't say adjacent, so I think that's any on the field. So immediately, yes, we're taking that. I realized I'm over 15 minutes now, and I'm still playing this game, but I can't stop because I really, really like it. I also want to get to the boss to end the video. But that's just me. Stabby, stabby. Alright, we got a rare chest. You know what? I'm going to take a sapphire in the hopes that it runs up to my pick. But now we're getting into the territory of, ooh, my deck is a little clogged. It feels clogged now. We are doing well with food, thanks to everything on the field. Mana could be better, but I think we're doing okay. We have another prisoner. We have a witch. She's the only of her kind, so that's why solo, same as the rich lady, destroys adjacent plants and mushrooms and permanently gives 1 mana. We aren't getting much gold, so that's going to start really cutting into it. Adjacent gems give +2... ooh, that's -4 food. I'm going to take the witch. I probably should have passed. But I want to start cleaning out the deck of unnecessary things. Ooh, yeah, let's add some coins. I need the money. Speaking of money, we have a mana shield. Each symbol that gives mana also deals melee. I don't have many of those, but that's still good. Fire gems do range damage. If I was going for a fire build, that actually would be extremely good. Gives 2 gold for each unique excess food. I have been getting some excess food, so I'm gonna take that. That's gonna up our money gain. Alright, a couple more spins and we're gonna be hitting the boss. Open this chest. Transforms into wine after a while. No, we're gonna skip. We don't need any of that. Oh, here it comes. Stupid fucking cultist. Yay! Our sapphire now gives us more stuff. We're gonna hold... you know what? Oh, no. I know what this next boss is, so... oh, you know what? Fuck it. Do it. I was gonna say, I know what this boss does, so... Oh, she just took those, so she's gonna give us now a bunch of mana from that. Alright, we're at the boss. We are probably fucked, but let us see how it goes. So this guy, the Fallen King, for attack, he's a leader. His ability is adds +2 health to all allies after the spin, probably no matter where on the board. Actually, it does matter, because... yeah, so the one I just damaged is now up to 7, and everyone else is to 12. So I need to either kill all of these guys very quickly, or really deal with the king. So we'll see how it goes. Damage, damage, stabby, stabby. That one did some good stuff. We got a chest. I'm actually okay taking a mushroom because we know that our witch can convert it. For the moment, we're okay. More daggers. Stabby. Stabby. Alright, that wasn't as much damage as I wanted it. I'm gonna spend 5 here. I can't do it again, so the 12th guy here is gonna definitely get through. Skip again. We get stabbed because now they're in the damage territory. Those guys take a bunch of damage. This guy is pretty damn close, so I'm gonna do a good old smack onto him. Don't need food. I'll take the mushroom, because again, that can now be converted by the witch. I'm not getting much gold, though. Do I have a mana ring? Let me check. No, I never took a mana ring. However, that's fine. We'll just take a mushroom. Alright, now we're taking some damage. Ooh, but I think I'm gonna deal a shit ton to him. And we get a legendary treasure. So... Ooh, the crown will give me 12 gold every time I roll it. Amulet of Doom. Triples the melee damage dealt by adjacent weapons. That's pretty good. Or, you can remove one symbol from the deck, destroy itself after 5 spins. So yeah, that's the kind of item that kind of deals with the bloat. I'm going to take the crown and level up. Because of course we're going to level up. We get to learn a new spell. Destroy the weapon and gain a bunch of mana. Okay, that actually could be very useful, but I'm going to take the restore health. We're going to upgrade a spell. We're going to upgrade charge to charge 2 and deals 15 damage, or the sharpening 2 and ups to 2 melee instead of the 1. I'm going to take the charge, obviously, and then upping our health and mana size. Yeah, no, this is a great game. I love it. I absolutely love it. Highly recommend if you are into the roguelike deck builders. Especially, again, this is one that doesn't actually need a lot of brain power, but can still have some depth to it. I really like it. So, if you want to play this, technically it's the demo on the browser. The link to it is in the description below. My name is Ben Dark Arts, and yeah, I also believe this is becoming a full game with multiple hero characters and some other bits and pieces added on. I'm definitely... It's on my wish list. I am going to play this and get this when it comes out, but hopefully you will too, because it's really good.